mowing to get you to the other side. The job you thought you'd retire with to get you to the other side. The house you thought you'd have the rest of your life to get you to the other side. And the storm got it. How many of you lost some stuff in the storm? Lost some friends in the storm. Lost some people in the storm. Lost some relationships in the storm. And it made you feel like a failure. But you're not a failure. It was a temporary blessing. If it was meant to stay, it couldn't leave. In fact, the destruction of the boat could be an announcement that you have arrived at your destination. I never will forget when I was a little boy, I used to have nightmares as a little boy about my mother dying. I used to wake up crying, dreaming something had happened to my mother. My mother would come up to my room, she'd comfort me, and she said, "Oh, baby," she said, "I'm not gonna die." She said, "I promise you." She said, "Even if I get cancer," which was the worst thing they thought you could get back then. She said, "If I get cancer, I'll fight it till you get grown." That's what she told me. She said, "I'll fight it till you get grown. I won't die till you get grown." So in '99, I was about 41 years old, and my mother was in the hospital. She was dying. I leaned over and whispered in her ear. I said, "I'm grown now." If I wasn't ready for it, God wouldn't allow it. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. It is painful. It hurts. But if I wasn't strong enough to handle it, he would have kept you here a little longer. If he chose to take you out the way, it must be a sign that I'm close enough to shore that I can make it on the rest of the way. So don't lay there and suffer out of responsibility to me, because I'm a grown man now. Stop grieving over the boat. The boat did not retain its original form. The boat did not retain its original form. And I'm going to zero in. I'm going to put an arrow right in the heart of many of your problems. You're in love with what you had. I'm going to try it on them. You're in love with what you had. And you think that if your life does not retain the shape that you started with, you don't think that it can get you where you're going. See, the boat didn't cease to exist. It just took on another form. It wasn't as comfortable, it wasn't as glorious, but the Bible said, even when life takes on another form and it's all broken into a piece, grab a piece of what you got left and hold on. And the Bible said some on boards and some on broken pieces made it safely to the other side. Just because things are broken in your life doesn't mean you can't survive. I'm going to try it on y'all over here. Just because things are broken in your life doesn't mean you can't survive. Stop trying to glue the boat back together. It may not ever be like it was, but grab whatever it is and hold on to it till you get where you're trying to go. What I'm trying to tell you is, you can't be saved by what it was. You can only be saved by what it is. If Paul and the prisoners had insisted that the only way they could float was on a whole boat, they would have died in the water. But they took what it is and not what it was and said it's not what it used to be, but it's still enough for me to make it on in. Look at your neighbor and say, I'm going to make it on in off of what I got left. I can't make it off of what I lost. I can't make it off of what I used to have. I can't make it off of what you used to be. I can't make it off of what we used to do. I cannot be who I was yesterday. I can only take what I got left. If I'd have needed more boat, he'd have gave me more boat. He didn't promise to save my boat. He promised to save me. I want you to understand you can make it on pieces. You can make it on pieces. See, I worry about the world we live in today. If we run into